What if I told you there's a crypto platform people are using to explore arbitrage trading, and the part that caught my attention is how quickly they can move funds around? Yeah, I know. Sounds like one of those internet stories where you're supposed to squint at the screen and say, okay, buddy, prove it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. As always, this is XRP Hobart, and I want to give a huge shout out to the entire GCRig family and everyone who's been following along. GCRig is focused on crypto arbitrage trading, where users look for price differences across markets and attempt to capitalize on those opportunities. And for users who are already participating, one thing they appreciate is the ability to withdraw funds and potentially put capital back to work without unnecessary delays. Now, let's keep it real, guys. Crypto trading comes with risk. Nothing here is guaranteed. So always do your own research and understand what you're getting into. But that's exactly why I'm here, because sometimes these platforms sound way more complicated than they actually are. You hear words like arbitrage, liquidity, crypto markets, and suddenly your brain says, you know what? I'll just watch Netflix. And that's where XRP Hobart comes in. My goal is to break down the complicated stuff in plain English so you can understand what GCRig is, how it works, and what you should consider before deciding whether it's right for you. Because the last thing you want is to look back years from now and say, man, my friend told me about this and I was too confused to even understand what he was talking about. So before we go any further, let's hear directly from someone who has actually used GCRig. Take a listen, guys.
These days, it feels like GCRig is on everybody's lips. And I'll tell you, there's something real satisfying about being part of something like this. I've been with them for over 3 years now, and that still amazes me. Seen a lot come and go in my time, but this feels different. Now, one thing I do know, Kelly Mercius, he's doing a fine job as CEO, forward-thinking, steady hand, the kind of leadership you want at the helm. And when you sit in on one of their conferences, you can feel it. They've got the right intentions. It's not just about profit. They give back charitable donations, community focus. They're not just trying to squeeze every last dollar out of the system. We get what we're contracted to earn, fair and square.
Now, that's coming straight from an OG in the game. And one thing I'll say about GCRig is that they continue to develop and adapt as market conditions change. And today, guys, we're putting that to the test. We're going straight into the dashboard to check how our $13,000 position in the advanced CRB is performing. And if you watched my last video, you'll remember I mentioned one of my referrals who deposited a whopping $350,000 into the Rock CRB. Yeah. That's not a typo, guys. That's what I call a whale. And here's the part I really wanted to show you. My referral earnings have already come in. So we're going to take a look at those and withdraw them. Dave, I genuinely want to thank you for using my referral link and for trusting the community enough to get started through my channel. I truly appreciate that support, and it means a lot to know people are paying attention to what we're building. Of course, guys, always remember that crypto and trading involve risk, so do your own research and never put in more than you can afford to lose. With that said, enough talking. Let's get into the numbers, open up the dashboard, and see exactly what's happening. Let's go. All right, guys, we're officially inside the dashboard, and this is where things get interesting. As you can see, our current wallet balance is $12,641.95, which includes the bonus and the profit from our trading activity. Now, before we withdraw anything, let's take a quick trip into the transaction history and break down exactly where these numbers are coming from. So right here, you can see the $12,250 referral bonus from DaySlate. And just underneath that, we've got $390 in profit from the advanced CRB, while our original $13,000 position is still active within the CRB network. Pretty interesting stuff, guys. Now, for today's video, I'm not touching the trading position. We're simply taking out the $12,250 bonus. So let's head over to the swap wallet. Here, we need to move the funds from spot over to funding before we can withdraw them. I'll enter $12,250, hit proceed to swap, and there we go. The swap was successful. Nice and simple. Now let's head over to the cash out section. First, we'll select our withdrawal method. then enter the amount we want to take out. But hold on, before we hit that button, remember there's a 1% withdrawal fee, so we need to leave enough behind to cover it. Nobody wants the withdrawal button looking back at them like, not so fast, buddy. So after accounting for the fee, we're entering $12,127 as the withdrawal amount. Everything looks good, so let's hit withdraw money, and there we have it. The withdrawal has been submitted and is currently being processed. If we jump back over to the home page, you can see the status is showing as pending. Since we're withdrawing in USDT to a Binance account, we'll give it some time to process and see when it arrives. So guys, let's pause the video right here. And once that withdrawal comes through, we'll pick it right back up and see what happens.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, we're back. And we've got the update we were waiting for. The $12,127 USDT referral bonus has successfully arrived in my Binance account. And as you can see right here on the screen, the receipt is clearly visible. And from the moment I submitted the withdrawal, it took about 14 minutes to arrive this time. Now that's what I call a quick trip, faster than some of my emails get delivered. Compared to the previous transfer, this was definitely a smoother experience for me. And I've got to give credit where credit is due. This is one of the things I really like about the overall GCRig experience so far. Now, I also want to mention something interesting about the GCRig community. There's a Telegram community, but access is restricted to larger participants who meet certain requirements. I was only accepted after reaching the required threshold. And honestly, I don't mind that approach. It keeps the communication more focused and professional, and it adds another layer of structure to the community. For everyone else, there's also a public channel with more than 13,000 active subscribers. So there's still a place where the wider community can follow updates and stay informed. But before we wrap up today's video, I've got one more thing I want to show you guys. So let's jump over to Instagram because there's something over there I think you're going to want to see. Let's check it out. All right, guys, we're over here on Instagram, and this post really caught my attention. Now, listen to this because the numbers here are definitely going to make you raise an eyebrow. GCRig says it recently hosted some of its highest performing recyclers at its headquarters for a strategic session focused on profit management, capital preservation, and long-term wealth planning. According to the post, among the attendees were a married couple operating a joint account structure and an independent investor, with the group reportedly exceeding the company's 2025 performance threshold and collectively surpassing 220 million in accumulated profits through the Rock CRB ecosystem. Now, that is a serious number, guys. Whether you're impressed by the scale or simply sitting there thinking, okay, I need to see the receipts, I completely understand. What I like about this post is that GCRig is highlighting and recognizing members of its community and putting some attention on the people participating in the ecosystem. It's always good to see a company acknowledge the users who have been putting in the work. Of course, guys, big numbers on social media should always be researched and independently verified before you make any financial decision. So don't just take my word for it. Do your homework. With that said, I'll leave the relevant links below for anyone who wants to take a closer look and do their own research. And with that, guys, we've officially reached the end of today's video. And as always, guys, remember to do your own research. This video is for informational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Crypto can be risky, so make sure you understand what you're getting into before making any decisions. And hey, if you made it this far, you might as well hit that like button. You're already here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to follow more of my daily crypto experiences and arbitrage content, join my free Telegram community using the link on my channel. That's where I share my latest experiences, market observations, and opportunities I'm watching. So guys, have a great day. Stay sharp, stay informed, and as always, keep doing your own research. This is XRP Hobart signing off. I'll catch you in the next one.